Okay guys, Miss Bakes a Lot here, and today we are going to make brownies. Not just any brownies, amazing brownies. And I'm going to tell you ahead of time guys, these are not diet food. But if you want a really good treat or you want to impress somebody with your brownies, make these. So me and Cookie Monster here are going to show you how to make brownies. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start with 1 cup of flour. We're going to make these a whole 9 by 13 pan of brownies. And I know, fluff your flour. Make sure you fluff your flour, fluffy fluff. Most brownies are 8 by 8 pan, but I mean, who only eats 8 by 8 pan of brownies, right? Also, these freeze really well. So if you make them, you can put them in the freezer, bring them out next weekend, freeze really, really good, come out just as good from the freezer. Okay, so here's your 1 cup. Level it off. Don't pack it. I just made a mess. That's okay. I always make a mess. That's why they call me Messy Missy. We need a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Fluff up your cocoa powder too. I fluff up everything that's powder, right? Get that. Level it off. This doesn't have to be as precise as flour, but level that off. And then, guys, the secret ingredient to these that makes them extra awesome is black cocoa powder. This is the stuff that they make Oreos out of, you guys. Amazing. If you haven't used black cocoa powder before, I make my dark chocolate cake with it, cupcakes, whatever. It takes your baking to a new level. So if you haven't baked with it before, try it. And I'm going to show you how. So if you keep watching me, you're going to see a lot of recipes with this in it. So it's a 1/2 cup of regular cocoa powder, 1/2 cup of black cocoa powder. The reason you don't use a whole cup is it can, if you use too much, it can overpower and be bitter. So use 1/2 and 1/2. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And this is going to look weird. 1 teaspoon of salt. Looks like baking powder, but I promise this is salt. I really need to label this better. I actually should probably get a different container for my salt, but I've just always done it like this. 1 teaspoon of salt. And that's it for our dry ingredients. And we are going to swizzle these around very good. Swizzle is the technical term. Trust me on this. So make sure everything's incorporated good. I guess that's probably actually the technical term, but you know, not for me. I make up a lot of words, you guys. So if I use, certain words, you'll learn them. People at my work learned them and they started using them actually, right, Patty? Okay, so that's good. And now we're going to move on to our wet ingredients. We're going to put this to the side, move on to wet. Okay, so we're going to move on to our wet ingredients. This is not diet food. It's not. So it's a lot of sugar. 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Just don't eat the whole recipe. Sugar. A cup of melted butter. And this melted butter, since it's warm, it's going to help bloom the cocoa once we put it in. So it's going to give it like a richer flavor. And then you need 2 tablespoons of oil. You guys, I know, butter, oil, sugar. It's not good for you. I promise it's not. It's not healthy. It's not health food. But, I mean, how often do we make brownies, right? Probably once every 3, 4, 5 months, not even. But I can tell you, my pastor, if we're having something at church, I better bring these brownies. These are her absolute favorite thing in the whole wide world. So, I'm just telling you, these are good. So 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. We got butter, we got sugar, we got oil. As my little brother used to say before he passed away, God rest his soul, he used to say vitamin sugar and vitamin fat. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get these guys going. Start that whisking around. And once that's going pretty good, we're going to add our eggs and our vanilla. You got 4 eggs. I never crack my egg directly into the bowl because if you get a bloody one, your whole bowl is toast. You got to put the whole thing in the garbage. So always crack your eggs in something else. Or if you get an eggshell, you don't want to stop and try to find an eggshell in that, okay? So we're going to do them one at a time. 1, Let it mix up just for a minute. Okay, so before I add the vanilla, I'm going to scrape my bowl because I'm a fanatic about scraping my bowl all the time. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to get a much better result if you keep scraping your bowl. That is 1 tablespoon of vanilla bean paste. Like I said, use extract if that's what you have. Absolutely. I'm going to use paste. A whole tablespoon of that. Let Cookie Monster do his thing. Okay, so now we're going to gently stir in the dry ingredients into the wet. You can do this with a hand mixer. You can also do this with a whisk. A lot of people don't use their mixer to make brownies. I use Cookie Monster for everything. I make Cookie Monster do all my work. We're going to cover Cookie Monster. We're going to put it on low first because cocoa powder goes everywhere. You'll see when I take this towel off, there'll be cocoa powder everywhere. Let's take a peek and see what it's looking like. See, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Always. Let me turn it off. Everywhere. See that? I lost half my cocoa powder on my towel. You're going to make a mess. Maybe you shouldn't use a mixer for this, but I'm going to, and I do, and that's just how it is. So, don't mix it too much. Don't overmix it, because it is brownies. And I'm going to give it a scrape, of course, because that's what I do. And then we're going to let it mix just for another minute. Make sure everything's off the bottom. Now, the next part is optional. You can add chocolate chips if you want. You can add nuts if you want. If you add nuts, look at that. So if you add nuts, your bake time is going to be less. So whatever bake time I give you for this, you're going to probably check it a little, like 10 minutes beforehand, maybe 10, 15 minutes, and then keep checking it. But I am going to add chocolate chips in mine because that's how everybody around here likes them. So I'm going to add 1 cup of chocolate chips to mine. Not too much because I don't, you want to taste the brownies too. But 1 cup of chocolate chips seems to be about perfect to me. If you want more, add more. If you want less, add less. Give it a very slow, gentle mix, just until they're mixed in. That's good. I'm going to turn Cookie off. Okay, so here I have a 9x13 pan that I lined with parchment paper. I sprayed it with cooking spray first to keep the parchment paper in, but also so that I have some on the sides here. I never don't use parchment paper, you guys. Do yourself a favor and invest in some parchment paper if you're going to bake. It's just a lifesaver for your stuff coming out of the pans. So, I want you guys to see, this is a pretty thick batter, you see? So, if your batter's thick, don't be alarmed. And spread it all out. It's going to seem like it's thin, like it's not going to be enough for the pan. It's going to rise, see? And we're going to cook this kind of slow and low. It's going to bake at, I should have told you guys to preheat your oven to 325. It's going to bake at 325, 45 to 50 minutes. Start checking it at 40 though, you guys, because every oven is different. Okay, you don't want to burn it. But the reason slow and low is because most brownie recipes are made for an 8x8 pan. For this 9x13, you don't want it like burnt on the edges and raw in the middle. So we're going to go slow and low. And that brings me to the big debate of, are you team edges or are you team middle? Because I am 1000% team middle. I'll pass up an edge for a middle any day of the week. And I know it's a big thing, and I just don't know, you people who like edges, I just don't know how. I just feel like the edges are sometimes you can get a good edge that's pretty chewy and it's kind of good, but I'll still take a middle any day of the week. So this looks pretty good. I'm going to start checking mine. I'm going to take the advice that I gave you guys. I'm going to start checking mine at about 40 minutes. So I'll be back when it's done, but I'll start checking it in about 40 minutes. Okay, guys, so these I pulled out at 42 minutes. So definitely start checking yours at about 40 minutes, maybe 37 minutes, depending on how hot your oven runs. So 42 minutes. But I do want to show you, whenever you check these with your toothpick, it's not like a cake or cupcakes or whatever. So when you're doing a cake or cupcakes, you're going to stick it in the middle. You're going to pull it out. If it's clean, it's done. With the brownies, if you stick it in the middle and pull it out and it's clean, it's going to be overdone because you want your brownies to be fudgy, not dry. So with your brownies, you're going to check those right about here, right along these edges, not the middle. If you pull it out and it's clean, then it's done. Okay? So we'll check, this edge. There's like just a little bit of brown, like little bit. I'm calling that done. If I stick it in the middle and pull it out and it's clean, it's overdone. You're going to have like dry brownies. Okay? Just something to remember. Okay, so these are done. I'm going to let them cool. When they're cool, I'm going to cut them and show you. And then that's your brownies. I'll be back. Okay, guys, here is the final product. See, they have the nice shiny, crackly tops. They have little chocolate chips in them there. And I just want you guys to see. Let me see. I don't know if you can see how fudgy and chocolatey and dark. That's from that black cocoa. So let me know if you guys try these. If you try them, let me see pictures of them. And again, let me know if you try them. Let me know if you love them. And thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys watch the next one. I got a million recipes for you guys, and they're all really good. So see you next time.